All right. Hey YouTube, I'm Lucky, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving you my first impressions of Bungie's 30th anniversary event. A lot of you out there have been asking me for this, whether or not you should buy this, or maybe just wait until the Witch Queen, etc., etc. So I'm going to give you my opinions of this event, because obviously I'm a content creator, and I'm going to buy the content no matter what and play it. And I will say that this content is actually pretty good, especially if you like to grind for weapons. This is actually a pretty good little mini event, right? In terms of like how content is released, you've got stuff like, the Witch Queen and like big new seasons, big drops. And then below that, you'd have a new season, which would have something like usually a dungeon of some sort, maybe even a throwback raid. And then below that, we have like mini events like the Dawning and stuff like that. This 30th anniversary thing is kind of like an in between from like a season and an event like that, it would seem like. So there's not a whole lot you should expect from it, but there is a good amount from this. Then I'm going to go down the list here, okay? So first up, you have like the Bungie streetwear ornament set. So you got like the Hunter beanie. That's pretty cool. I like the streetwear set. Titans and Warlocks, you might like the sets as well, but I think the Hunter one kind of won that one. You have the Grasp of Avarice dungeon, and that dungeon is actually pretty cool. I like that it has two different difficulty levels to it, and the mechanics of it are pretty fun. And overall, I think it's a decent dungeon. I don't think it's the best dungeon experience we've ever had. I'd probably give that to something maybe like the Whisper instead of this one, but it's not a half bad dungeon overall, and the experience is pretty fun. And next week, you'll be able to farm the loot repeatedly, and the loot is actually pretty good. It does seem kind of random that like the Ias Luna and the 1,000-yard stare drop from a dungeon, but this whole entire event is kind of just scrambled and thrown together because if you look at the timeline of things, this should have been like a seasonal drop at this point in the year, but it wasn't. Instead, it was this 30th anniversary event. Next up, we're going to talk about the Galhorn exotic rocket launcher. Now, this was the king of Destiny 1 in the beginning for DPS, and then it got nerfed, and then it got brought back in Destiny 1. And so it getting brought back a second time, a lot of people are pretty reluctant. Like, are we really recycling content twice? And I think enough time has passed that it doesn't really feel like recycled content to me, at least, especially someone that did put in like, I think like 10,000 hours into Destiny 1. The Galhorn rocket launcher feels great and is super powerful and super fun to use in Destiny 2. Definitely worth it. The catalyst and the ornaments that come with it are also really sick. There's also Thorn armor sets that came with this, and they just look absolutely amazing. Love that. Now you got the Hero of Ages sword, Matador 64 shotgun, the Ias Luna hand cannon, which a lot of you really loved in Destiny 1, 1,000-yard stare like we mentioned before, the Galar Swift exotic sparrow, and then you have a free to play checklist, and there's so much you can do if you don't want to pay for this event. Even there's a lot of stuff you can do. You get the Dares of Eternity 6-player match made offensive, so you can literally go in there, do the activity a bunch. It's probably one of the better 6-man match made activities ever made because there's so much different variation between the enemy types. Like there's a little wheel that spins, so you can get a different enemy type for each area and a different boss, which means that playing it every time means that it's like a different experience. I think if someone did the math, and it's like there's 75 different variations of it technically, right? Which is cool. That's what we need. We don't want to play the same thing 100 times over again. It's the exact same thing each and every time. Although I will say that in order to get rank 16, like we're here and unlock this stuff, it is definitely frustrating to have to play it like essentially around 75 or 80 times. Next up, they have the Forerunner exotic sidearm, which is like a Halo throwback sidearm. That thing is super powerful and super fun to use and is available free to play. The catalyst that comes with that, again, is hidden behind rank 16, which requires a ton of grinding. I don't have it. Some of you out there do have it, but I don't. I'll get it eventually. We've got the BXR 55 Battler Legendary Pulse Rifle, the Halo BR, and that thing is so crazy, so fun. I was just doing some tests on the perk on it, the new perk on it, and it's absolutely crazy. We've got the Half Truth Legendary Sword, which is crazy. You can fly around the map now with that, with like skating. So that's also another fun element that comes with this, and that's also available free to play. The Retrace Path Legendary Trace Rifle is fun. The first ever Legendary Trace Rifle. The Wastelander M5 shotgun is probably the best shotgun in the game. Definitely worth getting. Partner Dust Legendary Grenade Launcher is also free to play, and it's a decent grenade launcher. There's really nothing too much to squawk over that. You have the Marathon Armor Ornament set, the Flaming Tiger Helmet Ornament. 4 emotes came with this. You have the Eidolon Exotic Sparrow and the Universal Voyager Exotic Ship. The best, of course, that rock ship as well. So a lot of content actually came with this. I will give this weird 30th anniversary, not a season, not a proper drop event. I'll give it like a I'll give it an 8 out of 10 in my personal rating. It's not the best it could be. It would be nice if we had stuff like new exotic armor sets, right? If we had like, Titan Hunter, Warlock exotic armor sets, but that would probably be more like a seasonal expectation. And obviously, not resetting our power made it so that these activities were a little bit more easier to conquer, in my opinion. Let me know if you agree or disagree, which can be, I mean, there's people out there who literally have been farming and they're at like 1400 power right now. So if you're at 1400 power, doing the master difficulty of the dungeon is going to be a cakewalk. And that provides a whole slew of other issues. But overall, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. That's going to be my overall opinion. It's probably worth your money, worth your time if you do enjoy playing Destiny. So hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, make sure you subscribe here with notifications on. Smash the like button. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Later.